your diet is keeping you stuck. Have you ever wondered if something besides the usual might be keeping you stuck? Let me give you a suggestion or something to look at. Something that I came to realize, now this is about a decade ago now, maybe actually more than that I had the realization. However, I'd like to shine this light for you. One really, really important realization that I had about my life was that food is really, really, really important. Now, I know it's kind of a cliche subject, you are what you eat. I want to drive this home today though, because it's so important to understand this is a real thing, that we are what we eat. Not in the you should feel guilty about what you're eating sense. No, I'm coming at this from the understanding of what you feed yourself not only literally becomes you, it also fuels you and also can clog you and get you stuck. Now, that's not just literally. A lot of us know that if, for example, you're eating a highly fried, lots of fried things, burgers, junk, crap food, if you're eating that you have a high chance of your arteries clogging and having a heart attack or something horrible like that happen. Chances are you know that, because by now, most of us are aware of the plaquing in the arteries that happens from eating high-fat diets and things like that. What had hit home for me at this time was that, holy crap, my diet really does affect me. And it's not just something that's said. I began to physically feel this. And that's why I want to make this video, because quite honestly, until or unless someone deals with a health struggle, I find they don't actually address the state of their health. What I mean by that is to say that unless they really hit a wall and hit a block and hit some sort of rock bottom or real health struggle, it's very true that most people don't examine or look at what they're eating or even think about, am I eating something that is benefiting my body or not? In fact, most of us, and for the longest time this was me, so please don't critique yourself if this was you until now. Also, let yourself be aware. A lot of us just shovel things in. We're not even thinking about it. We're not even present with the food. Example, a lot of people, they sit down with their food and they have to be watching something at the same time. I would invite you, if you're one of those people, to try the experiment of sit down and be present with your food. Really thank the food, appreciate the food. If that's not your thing, at least just appreciate the food. And you can have a minor little ritual. If saying grace isn't your thing, however you want to thank the food, but be present with the food. Appreciate that you do indeed have food. And then mindfully eat, taste every flavor in the food, feel the texture of the food. It is a whole experience, and it can be quite pleasant if you allow yourself. It allows you to slow down while you're ingesting things. So I was able to realize through struggling with my own health that, holy cow, this really can affect the clarity of my channel. Now, the subject of this video is that your diet is keeping you stuck, because chances could be that it is. If everything else in your life is taken care of, meaning that your subconscious isn't replaying some crappy programs that are keeping you stuck in a certain mindset, and everything else in your life is in place, and yet still somehow you're stuck, I'd invite you to perhaps examine what it is that you're eating. Because as I had spoken about in my last video, like it or not, we are what we eat. What we eat directly determines our vibration. So again, like it or not, if we're eating and ingesting fear and terror by eating murdered animals or animals that went through any number of horrendous situations, even honestly to get milk, which I invite you to do your own research there, we are ingesting that fear, and we are ingesting that absolute terror and just horrible karma of the animals that died. And that's a lot of compounding effect of fear and terror. Now, I bring it up, again, not to make you feel guilty, to allow you to realize it would be as if you smoked a cigarette every single day since you were a baby until the point you were 20 years old. You may well have a chance of having lung cancer by the time you're 20 if you were allowed to do that, which thank heavens you're probably not. Hopefully your parents are intelligent enough not to stick Anyway, I'm going to stop that right where that is. Lord, but the AI might play with that. Baby in a crib smoking a cigarette, not appropriate. Anyway, the point is you would never do that. You would never see that. And just like you wouldn't do that, you wouldn't feed a baby a burger. You wouldn't feed a baby probably even fries, because you know that shiz is unhealthy. So if you're asking yourself, well, what should I be eating? Fruits and vegetables are the best fuel. I know it's boring in the sense of most of us have heard that since we were kids. And unfortunately, most of us were like, screw you, mom and dad, I'm going to eat whatever I want. And at some point or other in our life, we broke away and we started eating junk food. And not all of us. Thankfully, I have met some amazingly healthy people, and I now myself am not like that anymore. However, certainly at big periods of my life, I was eating like as if this was not a temple and this was in fact just a trash can or a vacuum cleaner. I was a lot like a mountain goat. I would eat almost anything, and it makes me cringe nowadays. The point is, your diet absolutely has the power to get you stuck, to keep you from moving forward in your life. And that's the main point of the video. Because it's not about making you feel guilty. I just want to share the math of what's going on if you don't understand how that all works. Because yes, am I spiritual? Yes. Am I out there? Yes. Am I a little woo-woo? Yes. However, that does not make me crazy. And I am very grounded. I also have a lot of health knowledge. That is one of my biggest passions, is to spread the health knowledge. Because here's the thing, guys, and maybe I haven't spoken about this enough on my channel. With my journey, and I'm not going to talk about myself excessively because that doesn't help you, and this video is to help you through my understanding. I hit a wall. I got very ill and I had to face my health. And through that process, through quite literally having doctors and having loads of people tell me that this is what my life is going to be like forever, this was a new level that I needed to accept, and that in order to have a livable life, in other words, in order to even just function in my life, I needed to take a medicine consistently for the rest of forever. Quite frankly, at whatever it was, 30 years old, I was not willing to accept that. And you shouldn't be either. Because here's the thing. Our bodies are meant to heal us. That is literally what they will do if we get out of the way and stop treating them like trash cans and filling them and flooding them with just garbage. Like I said, most people don't eat mindfully. They'll be shoveling it in their car, watching television, watching YouTube, doing something else. Really, actually, this helps with digestion too, is if we were to be present with our food, we would eat less, we would eat healthier food, we would make better choices. What you eat affects you, and fruits and vegetables will keep you the clearest. That is the best way I know to put that. So the more fruits in particular that you eat, raw fruits and vegetables, the more hydrated you will be, the more flowy your body will be, and the more clear you will be on a literal level. Why? Because as you know, we are mostly water. So the more water that we eat, and this is a whole subject for another video, which I will make, the more water you have in your system, the more you will genuinely flow. That sounds like something, ooh, airy fairy hooey. The truth. It's the truth. The more water we have in us, and understand that you can't just drink it. You will flood yourself, sister or brother or honey bun, whatever. Oh, I don't want to turn this into too goofy of a video because it is a serious subject. Your body can, again, similarly to your mind, can either be an incredible ally and a temple that you honor, which gives you clarity to experience many amazing feelings, sensations, things, all sorts of good things. Or it can be like a prison where you feel trapped and stuck within your body and you can't really move and you feel uncomfortable and you don't feel well and you don't really want to participate in life. And that can absolutely and is absolutely a result of what you're putting in your mouth. And make those choices. If there's nothing else you take away from this video, take away to make the choice about what it is that you're putting in your mouth. Choose it is what I'm saying. Choose it and accept, honestly, the responsibility for the consequences that do come with eating, if you choose to, animal products. Hopefully you will understand this if you're looking to understand why you don't feel so good, perhaps, or why maybe you don't feel so clear and clean in your body. It can be a very literal thing. You can literally feel clogged. If you want to take this on board as just a short experiment, try it for a week. For 1 week, eliminate the animal products from your diet. Don't drink milk, don't eat meat, none of that. No eggs. For 1 week, just eat fruits and vegetable-centric meals and don't have any meats or dairy. And then after a week, see how your body feels. I invite you to investigate that because I think you'll find that, like I did, your body literally feels better. It feels lighter. You feel cleaner inside, which is something that I can't explain other than to say clean and say to go try it and experience it for yourself. So understand that your beautiful body has the power to keep you stuck if you're not feeding it the proper fuel. The proper fuel being fruits and vegetables primarily. So If this video has helped you to see things differently, please do share this with anyone that you think it might benefit. Subscribe, as it really helps me out as a small content creator. And last but not least, if you, my beautiful spirit soul, need any support or coaching, particularly around the area of health, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at this email address, where it would be more than my pleasure to serve you in any way that I can. Have a beautiful and a blessed rest of your day whenever you do see this, or night, and I will see you beautiful cats in the next video. Namaste and much love. Stay well. Bye. Anyway, and you flood yourself, sister or brother or honey bun, whatever. Am I eating something that is benefiting my body or not? Screw you, mom and dad. I'm going to eat whatever I want. Taste every flavor in the food. Feel the texture of the food. It is a whole experience. Have you ever wondered what else? Why can I not speak today? Please help. About my life was that food is really, really, really important. Baby in a crib smoking a cigarette, not appropriate. Anyway, the point is, I was a lot like a mountain goat. This is a real thing, that we are what we eat. Our bodies are meant to heal us.